when we talked about marketing earlier and we talked about going deep, one of the things that actually separates, again, in my opinion, what we've done very successfully so far is that, again, we go very deep in what we call our blog posts. They're following this technique called the skyscraper technique. So we landed in Chicago, and now we're off to go get the car rental. We got the economy compact. Just kidding. We didn't. I actually thought it might snow, and so I got like a massive SUV. I could have just looked at the weather, but we didn't. So, anyways, we're gonna go get that, and then we're gonna go get some Chicago-style deep dish and see what that's all about. So one of the things that happen a lot is that when companies in general, even agencies, we even did this in the beginning. 3 years ago when we were starting to put out our own content, doing our own marketing, is that we kind of just did it for the sake of doing it. We didn't. We heard that we needed to actually go through and make sure that you have a blog, you have social media profiles, you post things, you are consistent. But nobody really told you about the quality of what you put out. And it also talks a lot about the reason why we're here in Chicago. It's not to eat deep dish pizza, but your marketing should be deep. And when I talk about going and being deep with your marketing, it means like, how good is whatever you post. However good that piece of content is, it should be as deep as possible without having extra things that you don't normally want, like fluffiness or anything like that too. So follow us, follow me, and we'll talk about it later. Sorry, wrong number. Is this from the CEO? Oh, okay, sorry, now I'm following. So, I thought that was a different call than what it really was. It was actually the CEO of another company who was asking me to not reach out to any of their employees. And so my thought is like, let's go enterprise right here. So, what was happening, if you could hear me, is that somebody who was another CEO just called me on the phone. I thought it was somebody else with the same area code number. And so two parts, like I agree, is that it's just a distraction and it's annoying that other people are waving like something that's shiny and stuff like that too. But on the other side, it's completely legal. Anybody can do it, and the truth is like, whichever opportunity or whichever environment or culture is the better one, the person can freely decide. So if a lot of people are leaving your ship to go somewhere else, it's an indicator that you need to change some things, or you need to do better. So it's the second time in my career that I've had two people reach out and ask me to stop doing that because we're doing it so successfully. So I told them, you know what, we can figure out elsewhere. I agree, and I would hate it for me to be, in your shoes. So we'll put down our hunting weapons, and we'll figure out another way for the time being. And so that's kind of where we left off. But I was like telling him, dude, respect that you're calling, and great to meet you at least. So that's what happened. And now we're off to get our rental car.
Do the Jeep. I know it's purple.
Dude, what do you think about that? I actually never had a Jeep, so what are the options?
We have a...
Dude, purple Jeep might be the thing though.
Let's do it. This is a titanium we can do for you as well, so...
Let's do the purple Jeep.
The purple Jeep? Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, we are ready. This is a tank right here. Dude, we're in Chicago with that purple Jeep. There it is, right there. Blue Malnati's. Oh, dude, it's like you can't even sit down there and eat. It's like an odd place.
Well, this is gonna take about 30 minutes.
Okay.
So 9:30.
Yeah, that works. So We just went to a famous deep dish place and had no idea that we couldn't actually eat inside. So we ordered the pizza, and then we thought we were gonna be smart and go eat it at Subway, but then Subway closed. So now we're having Purple Jeep Hood pizza right now. And one of the cool things, when we talked about marketing earlier and we talked about going deep, one of the things that actually separates, again, in my opinion, what we've done very successfully so far is that, again, we go very deep in what we call our blog posts. They're following this technique called the skyscraper technique. And what it means is that you can think of the crust as basically all the research that you're doing. It's the most important part of the pizza, in my opinion, because if you have soggy crust or crappy crust or too thin or too thick, undercooked, underbaked, people are not gonna like it no matter what. It's a base, and that's the research of the strategies you figure out and you find when it comes to your marketing. And so for us, when we do a blog post, for example, we look at all the competitors who are writing about the same topic that we want to write about, and we do our research, and we make sure that foundationally we have much more to offer. We are going much deeper with our content as well. Now, when you go to the, let's say, the sauce, or is it sauce or cheese comes first? What comes first?
Sauce first.
Sauce comes after. That can be like your flair, your branding, your humor as well. And then your cheese, or whatever else you add on top, is like your promotional side. So like how, you should film that right there. Let me just take this real quick. Like, do you put this much cheese on your pizza plus the actual packet itself? He's promoting his pizza a lot. And so after you actually are getting done with a blog post that you're about to publish, well, think of it as like a TV commercial where if you just let it be and you spend all this resource and effort and time and money into just building this blog post or this TV commercial, but you don't pay to air that commercial and you don't have any people actually watching it, it doesn't really matter. So the things that you're doing to actually expose your blog post is gonna be just as important. And then as you do that, you're gonna be building, consistency, and you're gonna be building expectations from the people who are reading that and actually like what you actually have to say. And so, treat everything that you put out like a deep dish pizza. That's basically what I would recommend.